Hello, hello, my lovely angels. This is your girl Sim back with another episode of the Sim Squad. Hi. So today I have more than 60 Lattafas. These are all the Lattafas I've tried. These are not just only the Lattafas I've tried. There are more Lattafas I've tried than these, but I've chosen around 60, to showcase into a tier format. Now, this was a trend like a very long time ago, where all the reviewers were using this template to show what they like, what they don't like, what they hate, and I thought this was a perfect way to rate all my Lattafas. So this is a rate my Lattafas. Tell me if you agree or not. Well, there are 60 plus, so I don't know if you can tell me anything or not, but I'll just start with it because this video is going to take a lot of time. So I'm going to start with the first one. I'm doing a screen share so that you can see what I'm doing on my computer, and hopefully you will agree with all my selections. So the first one is Ajwa from their Pride 2 collection, and this one was a nice date oud scent, but it was just so cloying that I felt that this should be made into a candle or a home fragrance. Like, I wouldn't put this on myself. I had actually said about this perfume that I'll spray this on tissue paper or something, and I'm going to dump it in all my cupboards and drawers so that everything smells like this except for me. So I'm going to say this is just good. I think that's the right place to put it because it's not something I will wear. Maybe some other people will like it because it did get very high ratings elsewhere. So I'm going to put it as just good for myself. Next one is Khaltat Arabia Royal Blends, and this one is the gold edition. Now, while not many people like this perfume, I very much like it. It's a very plummy, powdery, strange scent that everybody will not like. It's definitely polarizing. Is it a 10 out of 10? No. Is it good? It is good. For me, I love it. I don't usually like powdery scents, but this one is definitely good. So I'm going to put this as one bottle worthy here. Next we have Amir Al Oud by Lattafa. And I should not say by Lattafa, this whole video is for Lattafa. This is one of the best perfumes I own. This is a perfume I'm going to have all my life. It's a 10 out of 10. It's no doubt about it. It's supposed to be a dupe for By the Fireplace, but I just feel this is slightly better than that. This has the less smoky quality, and it's a little bit more incensey than smoky in my opinion. This one, hands down, is going to go to Gimme Now. Oh, I didn't tell you the categories, right? So Gimme Now is something which is going to be, of course, Gimme Now. One bottle worthy is something I'll buy, but I'll not repeat the bottle again. Just good is like, okay, it's good. Will I like reach for it? Not really. Maybe I will, maybe I will not. Boring are the generic ones. These are the ones that are not necessarily a bad perfume, but it's just boring. It's just something you've smelled everywhere. And black is dedicated to the person who had mentioned, I think it was Qaidal Fursan, Unlimited or Taskin, one of the two. And she had actually said black. And I loved it so much, so I was like, I'm going to use her word somewhere and I'm going to use it over here. Next we have Bayan, which is again a fairly new perfume by Lattafa. I quite like it. It's a very rosy Arabian scent. Definitely very traditional, and it's not for everybody. If you don't like rose scents, stay away from it. It smells rich, royal, Arabian princess kind of perfume. And for me, this is one bottle worthy. Next we have Confidential Gold, which was a dupe for Kirke by Tiziana Terenzi. Even the bottle looks kind of like that. It was a disaster for me. It had this metallic note as well in it, which was like very off-putting. And it was one of those perfumes that I actually bought it just to test it out for you guys. And then I never ever looked again at it. It was catching dust till I ultimately decluttered it. So this one was an absolute black, Next one is Emir, which is again a new one. This is a very spicy, very Middle Eastern, sweet but sweet but cardamom scent. The spices are very, very traditional Arabic, and this can be surprisingly used for summer as well because it is fresh. It's not like sickeningly sweet or cloying or something. Yes, you have to be careful of the sprays. I quite like this scent, but would I like purchase it again? Maybe not. So I'm going to put it in one bottle worthy. Next we have Liam Grey, or just Liam, and this one is a copy of Gris Chanel by BDK, and I'm absolutely in love with this perfume. Today I sprayed it on Ali because he was not using this perfume, and I sprayed it on him just for him to get a taste of it, and he was like, this was his reaction. So this is going to be both, it's unisex both for both of us, and it'll be in Gimme Now. Next we have Mayar, the original, which is like a very green floral fruity scent. More of green floral, literally smells like a florist shop. If you go on the backside where the work is being done, where the flowers are being butchered and everything, and you have your stems and everything lying around over there. Some of them have become like almost a day old now, and so I particularly do not like it for myself. Maybe for you or many people love this scent. So I'm going to put this in boring because it's not really a black perfume, but it's not really all that either. Next we have Sandoz. Need I even talk about this? I don't know where and how this perfume was even created. I know a lot of you all love it, so I don't want to offend you guys by talking about it too much. This was again a cleaning product, a very strange perfume, something that I just could not gel with. I'm going to put this in black because for me it was literally immediate declutter. The bottle, the packaging and everything was pretty nice, but like not for me or anybody I know. Next we have a fairly new Mayar Intense, Natural Intense. I keep forgetting the name of this perfume. This one was intriguing. It's intriguing me, but it's not going to the level where I am reaching for it. I said I will keep trying it, and of course I need to macerate it. But for now, I'm just going to put it in Just Good because it does smell like a fruity, like a green floral scent. It smells like a freshly mowed grass, and along with some whiffs of some white florals. So it's not really like very appealing. I would actually put it in boring if I was not waiting for it to get better or let it macerate a little bit more, because it's a fresh new scent by Lattafa. Next we have Mazaji. Oh my god, I actually forgot the name of this one. Now not many people like this perfume because it is very sharp, it's intense. It smells like eucalyptus, sugar and lemon. Combine the three ingredients and how it smells like that to me. For me, this is a very good perfume in summer because it makes me feel calm, cool and relaxed. So I'm going to put this in one bottle worthy. It's definitely a good perfume to me. Actually, maybe I'm going to put it in Just Good. Yeah, because it's not worthy of being on that one bottle worthy also. Next we have Mohra, which is a dupe for Halfeti Cedar by Penhaligon's. It's a stunning scent, spicy, little bit old school. It has like a vintagey vibe, but like smells almost like traveling through a Turkish spice market. And I was in love with this perfume. It's not too spicy, it's not irritating, it's nothing. Compared to like Eternal Oud. Like Eternal Oud, I know people get like very conflicted with it because they're like, some people will love it and some people won't. This is something everybody should like, yeah. Next we have Musk Mood. I purposely put it over here because you guys know what's going to happen to this. I'm not even going to talk about it. Blech. Because it's so body odor. It's so like skin kind of scent, and I absolutely despised it. The next one is Musammam White Intense, and I'm not going to talk too much about this because I know I've been like giving it to you guys in each and every video. I'm just going to say citrus beauty, citrus gourmand beauty deserves to be in everybody's collection. Blind buy worthy for sure. Next we have Nasheed, which is a copy of Ani by Nishane, Turkish brand, and this is again like frankincense, eucalyptus on a sandalwood chip or a piece of sandalwood, which is drenched in vanilla essence or vanilla extract. Beautiful. The combination is stunning. It's very weird and different. Maybe not for everybody, but it's definitely gimme now to me. Next we have Musk Mood. My goodness, what a polarizing scent. So this was one of my initial Lattafas. I have a special bond with it because I entered into the world of Lattafa through this fragrance or one of these fragrances, right? I quite love it. I probably would want this in my collection always, but I would probably not buy another bottle. Why? Because this is going to last me forever. And for this reason, I'm going to put it one bottle worthy. I do find it a very interesting scent. It's supposed to be the dupe for Oud Bouquet by Lancôme. And it definitely like does a wonderful job. It's your typical saffron, rose and oud combination. Then we have Silky Rose, and we know what we think about that one. Lychee Pink Rose Cold Goodness. It is stunningly beautiful, very effervescent, very pretty. Like, it feels like literally a very beautiful, pretty girl who's petite, who wears frocks and roams around and plays around in a garden. Of course, it's in my top. Then we have Rum's Gold, which is again a very, very polarizing scent. I think this was supposed to be duping Alexandria 2 by Xerjoff. Didn't do it too well, but this is one of my summer favorite perfumes. And I'm going to put this in Just Good because yes, it is nice, but it's not like I keep reaching for it all the time, you know. Next we have Sutur, which initially I had loved. I had loved it so much. This is supposed to be the copy of Bitter Peach by Tom Ford. And very soon I started getting so irritated with this perfume. That bitter powdery scent was just not for me, and it became from one bottle worthy to blech very soon, and I instantly decluttered it. So this is gonna go into blech. Next we have, oh my god, look what we have here. It's Qaeda Fursan Unlimited. No. So this one like smelled like spoiled milk to me. It just was very weird. It was something that I had to like immediately wash off from me. Like I tried it on my skin, I tried to wait with it, macerate it, everything, because a lot of people do like the scent. But on me, that musk just turned like very strange and I could not handle it. Next we have Yara. I'm not going to hate on it too much because while it is not a bad scent, it's so generic. It's so like supposed to be in every convenience store that you buy like for like maybe $5 to $7 and like just spray it on yourself to feel, you know, I would say boring. It's a good perfume, but it's very, very boring. Next we have the Velvet Rose. I'm sorry, the screenshots I've taken. By the way, I had to collect all these screenshots, yeah, because it has to be an exact square. Now, Velvet Rose is a pure rose scent. If you do not like rose, you're not going to like it, obviously, because it's like one of the purest rose scents I've ever laid my nose upon. It's a musky rose. And for me, I've not been reaching for this at all. While I like this perfume a lot, I just don't reach for it, which is why I'm going to put it in boring because I think it's just not intriguing me enough to pull it out of my shelf. I'm wondering if I should declutter it or not, but I'm still keeping it because I really like the fragrance, you know. Oh no, I was hoping this would not come up so soon. So this is Pink to Pink, Ajwad Pink to Pink, which was the flanker to the Ajwad. I know it's going to smell very exotic and unique to people, very tropical and very like beautiful because it's a very unique scent to people. The guava, in your face guava, is a very unique scent, tropical and extraordinary. But for me, in my household and the area I come from the location I'm on this globe, this is like a very food salad kind of scent, which I do not want on myself. Now I'm wondering what I should do with this because it is a good perfume, but it's just not for me. I'm thinking I'm going to put it in Just Good because while it's macerating, I want to give it benefit out of the doubt. Next we have Ajwad, and without any thought, I'm going to put it in blech. The metallic note, the failed attempt at copying Rose's Vanille, no way. This is supposed to be non-existent. This should not have existed. It'll unalive me if I smell it like one more time. So that's like no way. Next we have Nashama. By the way, now you'll wonder because I have Nashama and I have the Nashama Caprice as well. I've put only the feminine perfumes, the ones I would use, not Ali, right? So I just have the Al Nashama, the original one. This smells like Initio's Paradox. And while this is a lovely fragrance, after I smell Vintage Radio, this has become less appealing to me. Plus it has this little soapiness and that not so good lactonic note, I feel, that disturbs me. So I'm gonna put this in Just Good. Doesn't deserve to be in boring. It's a nice fragrance, but just not for me right now. Next we have the very disastrous Sapphire. And this one literally smelled like herbs that we use for cooking and nothing else. I was hoping it would change. I kept it for a year before I decluttered it. And this will go in absolute blech because it is actually that disgusting of a perfume. No way. Oh, now comes Honor and Glory by Badi Al Oud, and this one is going to be like so polarizing. Everybody's going to be like, Sineen, this is not a good perfume. Yes, it's a very pineapple brulee fragrance, but to me it smells like turmeric latte with hints of pineapple in it, you know. So I recently tried it again and I still quite like it. So I'm going to put this in one bottle worthy. Yeah, one bottle worthy. Next we have, I can't read it, but I'm assuming this is Wazir. Now Wazir is a beautiful fragrance. It's a very nice fruity fragrance with like a little bit of animalic notes. Definitely not for me. I did try to wear it initially, but this is more suitable for Ali, and Ali recently wore this on himself and he liked it a lot. So I'm gonna put this in just good because it is not wow, it's just okay. Next we have Badial Oud. Of course, I love it. It's one of my favorite. It's a copy of Initio's Oud for Greatness, and this is one of many dupes of that perfume. But this one will always have a special place in my heart. While I cannot afford the Initio fragrance, I would love to own it, but I can't just now. This will just suffice, and this is going to be repeatedly purchased by me. So it's going to be on the top tier for me. Oh, well, next one is Fakhr Rose. Now this one, when it was released for at least a year, this was like my ride or die. I was spraying this left, right and center because at that point I was obsessed with Lantidy. And this one smelled very close to Lantidy, especially when you spray them side by side. The initial notes, they're like so similar. I was once upon a time in absolute awe of it. Then came Tharwa and overtook this one because Tharwa I felt was like the mix of Lantidy and YSL, it's Libre, and it was like the perfect perfume for me. And now there's another perfume which I'll speak about later that has overtaken both of these. So this one for now, it's going to go in just good because yes, I will use it once in a while. It's just that I'm not reaching for it too often because I have something better that smells in the same DNA, but it's just like a little bit more worthy of my... Next we have Amir from the Al Noble collection again, and this one is like a nice oud rose animalic scent. So it has like leather in it. It's very mild, it's not overpowering. If you spray a lot of sprays, it'll get like stronger and stronger. But if you want to maintain this beautiful, very mild animalic oud rose on yourself, this is it. This one is definitely one bottle worthy. For me, it's nice, but it is not something that I actually, you know what, I'm just going to put it as just good because again, I don't reach for it because it leans a little bit masculine on me. Next we have, oh my gosh, did I actually mess up? Because I think the other one was, this one was actually Amethyst. And Amethyst is, of course, again, it's going to be in the same lane. So I'm not going to move this around. But this is the Arabian Queen perfume that I call. It's a rose fragrance along with oud and like many other notes, which is the best rose I've laid my nose upon. It's again very, very royal, very thick, very syrupy, and just like a very womanly seductive perfume. Deserves to be in the top tier. And also, like I discussed earlier, Badial Oud for Happiness, it's also going to be here. Next we have Vintage Radio, which I really like. After smelling Al Nashama, I was a little bit like, am I going to even like it? Because it's supposed to smell the same. But side by side, they are very different. They are the same dupe, but there's something about this. It doesn't have that soapiness and doesn't have that lactonic thing that I get from Al Nashama. So I do prefer Vintage Radio. Also, it just makes me feel better and calm and everything. Like it has this weird thing. I think it has sage or something, which makes it like very like zen for me. So I'm a little confused. Would I buy this again? I don't think so. So I'm going to put this in one bottle worthy. Next we have Ishq Al Shuyuk. People are going to come for my throat with this one because yes, I love this fragrance. Ali took it to Pakistan when he traveled recently, and one of his cousins took it because he loved this perfume a lot, and Ali was like, take it. So it's gone. Would I repurchase it? No, I would not, because it was 10 out of 10 for me at one point, but now it's just one bottle worthy. It's a sweet suede. That's all I can say about this perfume. It's not leather heavy. It's not like Ana Abiyad leather or something. It is a much milder, it's like a suede, but it's a very, very sweet sweet suede. Vanillic, beautiful, slightly caramelly. I like it. One bottle worthy. Tried it, used it. I won't purchase it again. Next we have Badial Oud Sublime. Now this was a dupe for Kayali's Eden Juicy Apple. Eden Juicy Apple is something I do not like. Apple, the kind of apple which is in that is something which is not me at all. I cannot stand it, as a matter of fact. But the oud is better than that because it's thicker. You feel the consistency is like more syrupy than like liquid. And this one is something I will wear in summer, and I do like this perfume a lot. And in summer, I do gravitate towards it. So I will still put this in one bottle worthy. Probably will not buy it again though. Next we have Eternal Oud, which is literally a walk through Turkish markets. Think of old books, ancient times. Somebody like Merlin or somebody discovered like this beautiful fragrance from like all the things that were like sold in the market, and then it turned out to be this beautiful perfume. Very, very stunning. I do not reach for it very often because you need to be in the mood to wear something like this. It smells very traditional and very vintage Arabian, right? So this one will go in one bottle worthy as of now for me. Beautiful perfume, but would I like buy it again? No. Another reason why I will not buy it again is that perfume is going to last me another 10 years or so. I'm sure by that time I'm going to be sick and tired of this perfume. Next we have Tharwa Gold. I want to put this in Gimme Now, but then I discovered another perfume which I prefer slightly over this one. Funny thing is, now I have two bottles of Tharwa because one is in the house and one is in the office, because I was so obsessed with it that I was like, I need this everywhere around me. I'm going to put her, this is like a combination of Lantady and Libre. I'm going to put her in one bottle worthy because it is still a very, very, very gorgeous scent. It's just that there's another one that I prefer slightly more than this one. Now we have Nebras Gold from their first Pride collection. Actually, Nebras Gold was not from their Pride collection, and still it was like super expensive. I'm going to put this in Gimme Now because this is a dupe for Billie Eilish perfume, number 1. And it's your gourmand, heavy caramel perfume that just think of like everything gourmand that you can think of, put it together, and it's that. Literally feels like, you know, those Quality Street caramel thingy, the one which is flat, it gets stuck in your teeth everywhere. Smells like that, but I love it. Yes, I will purchase it again and again and again once it gets over. And I have the Billie Eilish perfume as well. After that's also over, I'll probably like repurchase this one. Next we have Sakina. Again, very controversial. Recently I sprayed this and I got a little bit of a metallic note in there. And I was a bit like concerned. I was like, is it turning bad or does something happen to it, you know? But then I let it like just like air out a little bit, you know, and again it turned so beautiful. It's like a tropical fruit juice, but you've never tasted it before. This is supposed to be like a drink that is served to you in tropical vacations and stuff, but we've never ever tried it, you know. I very much love it. It makes me feel cool in summer. I would wear this a lot during summer. This is definitely one bottle worthy for me. Next we have, okay, my brain literally went blank for a little bit, so I had to go and check it. This is Iman. Iman, I called it like the goth vampire grandma because it's white florals, night blooms, very dark, but smells like a person who would be very wise, very beautiful. Somebody like who roams around in the darkness, you know, with all her beauty, seductiveness and everything. I very much like this perfume. I just don't wear it too often because it is something you need to be in the mood of. It's a very strong white floral, the night blooms. You know, the night bloom flower smells just like that. So I'm going to put this in Just Good for now because yes, it's very nice, but I just don't reach for it that often. Then we have Ansam cleaning product. I'm not going to talk about this. I'm so sick of it. Tired talking about this one. Then we have Masa, which was a recent discovery. Love it. It's unisex leaning masculine. So it has that slightly masculine vibe, but it's a perfect blend of spices, resins, fruits. The mango in this is very unique. I just think this perfume is super stunning. And for now, I'm going to put it in Gimme Now because I feel like if this perfume gets over, I'm going to crave it and I will want to purchase it again. So it's going to go here. Then we have Yara Moa. Let's just put it in boring. Again, with as same category as Yara original. I felt this was a little bit more fruity and I still found this one the best amongst all the Yaras, but still not reaching for it. I tried to use it at home when I was just about to sleep and everything. And then I was like, why am I forcing myself to use this perfume? And I have so many other beautiful perfumes that I can wear at night and feel better about myself. So yeah, that's just boring. Same is Yara Toos. So boring. Mango scent, oh my god, like juvenile child, teenager, you know, like give them these perfumes, they will love to wear. And not even teenager, like after 15. This is pre 15, you know. Next we have Shine. My goodness, this perfume had blown me away. Slightly masculine, actually quite a bit masculine, but I would wear it. And I would put this in Gimme Now. Although I don't have the full bottle of it, while I was making these screenshots, I actually realized that I need to get that bottle. So I actually very much find that bottle stunning. I'm going to definitely buy it. Next comes Breeze. It's just good. It's very masculine, very pine tree, dry perfume, carrying some floral notes in the air. But I found it like very, very masculine. That's why I gave it to Ali. Ali's going to use it, finish it probably. I think he's going to wear it in the gym because even he likes a little bit stronger perfumes and not something like that. So not really his cup of tea either. If he doesn't wear it for too long, I'm just going to declutter it, sell it or something, you know. Next we have Raw Human. This is piss water. So sorry. Horrible. This is like a fresh car smell. Literally the combination of that plastic or whatever the dashboard is made of, along with the leather from the upholstery, it just smells like that. Next we have Haya, which is like one of my favorite perfumes ever. It's the most effervescent fragrance I have in my collection. When I mean effervescent, is literally feel like it's bubbly. You know, it's bubbling. It's a nice fruity fragrance which dries down to a little bit of a floral note, but through and through, it's a very beautiful fragrance. Makes you feel very light and comfortable during summer and spring. Whenever you have outdoor activities and stuff, if you're going for picnics and stuff, this is your perfume to wear. You're going for brunch, wear this perfume. Like, it's like beautiful to be under the sun wearing this perfume. Now, while this perfume is gorgeous, it doesn't last more than 4 to 5 hours for me. So I'm gonna put this in one bottle worthy just because of that, I am not going to purchase this perfume again. But the perfume is stunning. Next we have Tamima. What can I even say? Let me just not say anything. This is supposed to be the dupe for La Patrice by Dolce & Gabbana. Watermelon in the worst way possible. I know people like this perfume. The bottle was very, very beautiful, by the way. But for me, it's an absolute blech perfume. Decluttered it. Somebody else is loving it and enjoying it. That person is just not me, right? Next we have, oh wow, look at that. Musk Mood, I put it twice. I hate it so much that I put it twice. Okay, I can't do that one. Can I delete this? No. Next we have Teriyaki. Teriyaki is a beautiful fragrance. It is. Just, I am not reaching for it. It's macerating right now and I'll see if I think differently about it. But for now, it is just good. There's something in it that bothers me and I can't pinpoint what it is. I don't want to say it online because people might take offense, okay, because there's a big name associated with this, but it smells of something related to a cat and I can smell it. So I'm going to let it macerate and see if it gets better. And then maybe it'll move in one bottle worthy, but it's definitely not going to be in the give me now category. Next we have Khamra Kahwa. Straight away it goes and give me now. If you love Khamra, this is even better than that. This is the Kahwa version. Kahwa version. Keep saying Kahwa. Kahwa version. Now, if you ask me what Kahwa is, it's Arabic coffee. The Arabic coffee beans brewed with cardamom, some ginger, and a couple of other spices. Very, very beautiful. The smell of Kahwa is unmistakable. If you're moving anywhere and if you smell Kahwa, you will know it's Kahwa. You cannot mistake that smell for anything else. So if people think this is just Khamra with coffee, it's not. This is Khamra with Kahwa, you know. Top tier. Beautiful fragrance. Lasts much longer than Khamra. And I love it. But I can only wear this in winter. But still, if this perfume finishes, I'm going to purchase it again. Next, we have Khamra, which will go into one bottle worthy for me. It is a beautiful fragrance, but I'm just done with this whole thing. And plus I have like Intoxicate by Khadlaj, which is not a bad perfume. There was another one, Angel, not Angel Share, it was something, Angel I think, by Mason Al Hamra, and I decluttered that as well, although I had purchased it for a very, very expensive price. So Khamra is just going to be one bottle worthy. I just got sick of that DNA, you know. So I'm done with that. Now, the perfume I was talking about was Samu. Samu was the one that overtook Fakhar Rose and Tharwa Gold. And it's going to be in my top perfumes. One of my favorite florals ever. And that's a lot. That's saying a lot. Because me, first of all, not very fond of like predominantly floral fragrances. This one is next level. What a beautiful fragrance. It is, again, I feel very close to Lantity, but it has this smoky, incensey quality to it. So you feel it's a little bit more sophisticated and slightly more up class. Just feel it's a little bit more expensive smelling than your Tharwa Gold. Very beautiful fragrance. Love it. Will always be in my collection. Next we have Ana Abiyat Leather. Now, a lot of people are going to like hate me for this, but yes, I do use this perfume for layering only. And I had told you guys 1 spray of this and 5 sprays of another perfume, right? I still use it for layering, but that's all I use it for. While it's a very, very beautiful fragrance, very strong on leather, very strange kind of leather because it has a little bit of that tobacco feeling as well in it, which is not listed as a no. So I do like it, but I'm going to put it in just good. Next we have Ragba. I've not put all the Ragbas over here because you know I have like a lot of other Ragbas which I thought was more masculine. I kept the Ragba which I think is feminine. Now a lot of you all are not going to be happy about this, but I'm going to put this in 1 bottle worthy. I know a lot of you all do not like this perfume. I find it very beautiful. It smells like chai, the Indian tea, chai, milk tea, or you know, along with some oud notes and some sweetness. I think it's a beautiful fragrance on its own, but as a layering fragrance, it's even better. And I quite like it. So 1 bottle worthy for sure. I wanted to try it. I'm going to use it up for sure. And once it finishes, maybe I will not buy it. If I miss it, maybe I will buy it. I'm not sure. But for now, it's 1 bottle worthy in my books. Then we have Ana Abiyat. When it was launched, I was a big fan of Jasmine Wisp by Rasasi. It was one of my top favorite perfumes. I did not know at that time what Herba Pura was. Did not know what Kirke was. Jasmine Wisp had some charm about it, which was like amazing. Then came Ana Abiyat, which was literally like 1/5 of the price of Jasmine Wisp. While it did not have the Jasmine Wisp sophistication, it was a good perfume. But then we got flooded. Each and every perfume I was buying was smelling either like Herba Pura or it was smelling like Kirke. And that's when this perfume started sickening me to an extent that I had to declutter it immediately. This goes under Blech. There's an ad over there, that's why. Okay. This is a free site I'm using because I don't want to pay for it. Okay, next we have Ana Abiyat Rouge. Now this is a beautiful dupe for Baccarat Rouge 540. I really like it. Now, I have a lot of dupes, right, for Baccarat Rouge 540. Untold by La Club de Nuit Untold by Armaf is one of my favorites because the bottle is also very beautiful. But it is quite pricey compared to this one. So I'm thinking when all my dupes finish, which one will I buy? I'm going to buy this one. It's going to be Ana Abiyat Rouge, sorry. For sure. So let's have that in Gimme now because that will probably be my dupe for Baccarat Rouge forever. Now, last but not the least, we have Poudre, which was boring as hell. I'm not going to put it as Blech because it wasn't a bad perfume, but it just did not have any performance at all. It did not smell like anything. It just smelled like a powdery floral and which barely had any projection. I mean, the projection was so poor that I couldn't smell it on myself. And I let it sit and macerate for the longest time, but it just did not work for me. And ultimately, I decluttered it and somebody bought it. Somebody actually bought it from me. Only for 20 dirhams, which is like nothing. If you guys were here, you would have benefited so much if you were in Dubai because I sell my perfumes literally not more than 50 dirhams, which is like $15 if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. So that's it for today. I think this was an amazing video. I think I should do this for all the brands, but then I don't have any other brands with so many perfumes that I've tried. I think only Khadlaj maybe. Do I have other brands? I don't know. Maybe I'll do a different one with in parts, in bits and pieces of all the other perfumes I have. Tell me if you like this tier system. If you like it, I'm gonna repeat this and do it for other perfumes as well. I think this was interesting. I had a lot of fun doing this. I like doing something different, for a change, not just talking. I mean, I'm still talking, but better do something and talk, multitask and stuff. So yeah. Let me stop talking now. My mouth is actually hurting, My grandmother used to use this, what do you call those? Limericks or whatever? Where she used to say if your mouth was made out of wood, there would be a stack of wood dust on the floor. And I used to feel so bad when I was young because that's how much I used to talk. So, I keep thinking that like if my mouth was made of wood and it would be like, and then the wood dust would be collecting everywhere. Anyhow, with that note, I'm going to leave you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.